thanks for clicking on my video. My name's Genesis. I go by Sega Octopus Online, and today I bring you another watercolor time-lapse video. This one is inspired by Link's Awakening, my favorite 2D Zelda game. But before I get started, I just wanted to let you guys know that I did have prints available on my Etsy of these video game paintings, and all your support helps me buy supplies to keep painting and keep producing these things for you guys. So if you guys buy something, your support forever means the world to me. Thank you. So Link's Awakening came out originally in '93. It was the first Zelda Game Boy game, and it was a sequel to A Link's to the Past, but it wasn't originally planned. I know that the developers worked on this project outside of their normal work hours, and then they pitched it to Nintendo later, so it was basically done on their free time. And if you guys like to know a little more about the history of the making of the game, the Gaming Historian has a great little video that tells you all about the history, and I'll put a link in the description too there. He's a great resource for any kind of gaming history stuff you might be interested in. So the game starts right after the events of A Link to the Past. Link defeats Ganon, and Link goes to train to a distant land, and on his way back, he gets shipwrecked and ends up on Konolint Island, where Marin finds him on the shore there. And when you start the game, you wake up and you ask Marin, well, where's Zelda? And she just kind of gives you a who's Zelda response. So when that kind of started the game, it kind of set the mood. Everything is a little off in this game. I even feel like some of the dialogue's a little peculiar, especially those first kids that you talk to in the very beginning when they're playing ball. They give you some kind of button instructions, and they just end their conversation saying, "Oh, but I don't know what that means. I'm just a kid," and they're just kind of like, "Oh, okay." It's kind of weird. So as you progress through the map, the whole game isn't that large, and the dungeons aren't that difficult, but they're still pretty challenging enough that they're fun to play through. And each of the bosses always gives you a little clue into the plot of the story. They just kind of tell you, Link, they make him seem like the bad guy for fighting them. All the monsters kind of tell him, oh, if you defeat us, you're gonna make the whole island disappear, including your friends and you. And you find out that this is true because you're going through dungeon to obtain instruments to wake the windfish. And that means that everyone in the island is in the dream of the windfish. And I think that's what makes this game so peculiar. When I first played it, I wasn't expecting all the Mario characters that were in it. You get the Yoshi doll that kicks off the trading sequence in the game. You get to fight Goombas, and there's Chain Chomps, and I just got the feeling oh, am I really playing a Zelda game here? I just remember kind of finding some of the trading items kind of weird, especially one in particular where there's this goat girl that gives you a letter to give to a gentleman across the island, and this letter contains a picture of Princess Peach, and I'm just like, was this goat girl trying to seduce catfish this guy from across the island? This is a little strange. But the guy gives you a broom in exchange, and nothing else is really elaborated besides that. So you're left to imagine on what kind of dialogue they had. And one of my favorite things in the game is just kind of a little thing, but when you get the ocarina and Link hasn't learned any songs yet for it, if you try to play it, he plays it like all out of tune, and it's just really cute. Um, and I just have a theory that maybe the owl in the game wanted to inspire Link to maybe start a band when he went back to Hyrule, since he's getting him to get all these instruments and learn the ocarina and stuff. So throughout the game, you get hints that Marin is kind of hoping to one day get off the island. Marin just keeps saying quotes like, "Oh, when the windfish wakes up, will he grant my wish?" You know, really wanting to hopefully one day explore further than the island. And that quote just kind of makes me sad because, you know, she's a part of a dream world, dream island in a Game Boy game that you're playing. And it just kind of brings you back to real life. You're like, oh, well, I got to wake up from this dream game also and get back to my real life. So it just makes me a little sad. But I just wanted to comment that I'm starting to notice that all the games that I have made videos for, like Earthbound and Chrono Trigger, if you do a little bit more research as far as like the development of these games, I found out that, you know, these people put a lot of love into their games, and the teams had a lot of fun making them. And I think that's a lot of the point of these videos that I'm making. I have a lot of fun making them also, and I want that to be a reminder for you to keep making stuff that you love and keep spreading it to others, because I just think it's really important to be able to do that, and, you know, not to get discouraged, because anything you make for yourself and out of love is definitely worth it. Anyways, you guys, thanks for listening to my little rant. Check me out on Etsy and Patreon there. I'll see you guys next month with another video. Thank you.